Recently, the government of Pakistan tried to conduct elections. People of POK have now called for help or sought help, which is POK, have been demanding from Pakistan. Massive number of people have gathered in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. Pakistan-occupied Kashmir is burning. Pakistan-occupied Kashmir is burning, and this time the fires may reach Islamabad. We have news coming in from Pakistan-occupied Kashmir about people protesting against the government of Pakistan for a few days now. Massive number of people have gathered in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir and they have been demanding a sense of political reforms from their government. What have been the primary causes as to why the people have now called a foreign grouping to influence its own government to stop the atrocities upon the people of POK? You heard it right. The people of POK have now called for help or sought help from an international organization called as OIC, Organization of Islamic Countries. They believe that this organization shall influence Pakistan's government in treating the people of POK better. But the question remains as to where is the POK and what ultimately are the reasons for these massive protests. If you can see in this picture, this is India, and in the war of 1947, that is when India attained independence and Pakistan, which was a newly created country, attacked India in a surprise move. It chipped away this portion of the land from India, which India today refers to as Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. And on the other hand, the Pakistan refers to this territory as Azad Kashmir. So people in this part of Kashmir, which is POK, have been demanding from Pakistan that the people need to be treated fairly. In what sense? In political sense, in economic sense, in social sense. Somewhere the people of this territory believe that the Pakistani government have ignored and neglected them for a huge number of decades, causing them miserable conditions. What have been the primary reasons for the protest in Pakistan? One of the primary reasons coming in would be the economic hardships being faced by the people there. Lack of economic opportunities, lack of employment opportunities, lack of industries. Upon that, soaring electricity prices when POK itself is the main region producing electricity through hydropower energy have given ample amount of reasons for people to come out and protest. Not just that, the government of Pakistan has failed on broad parameters when it comes to ensuring good governance in POK. There has been massive corruption, there have been lack of accountability, there has been concentration of power. Plus, the people of POK have been alleging that the elections that have been conducted to the legislative assemblies have been constantly rigged. That means the political powers in Islamabad have influenced the election outcomes from POK, which the people of POK do not want. If the leaders from POK have questioned the government, they have been arrested and detained and they have been tortured and brutally. A lot of these leaders have been disappeared. So all these questions have raised a sense of mistrust on the government of Pakistan. Plus, in recent times, the government of Pakistan has been unable to convince the people of POK as to how they should continue listening to them and build that trust further. The people of Pakistan, or the people of POK per se, have come together and built what is called as the JAAC, which is the Joint Awami Action Committee. These are the group of leaders who would negotiate with the government of Pakistan on behalf of the people of POK. All right. So recently, the government of Pakistan tried to conduct elections to the Legislative Assembly of Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. In the first phase of elections, we heard news coming from there whereby it was witnessed that there were election rigging, there were political killings, there were forced disappearances, etc. So the largest political parties of Pakistan, which are the PPP, Pakistan People's Party, and the Pakistan League, Awami League, basically headed by the Nawaz Sharif bloc. They have both been trying to assert their dominance in POK, which has led to smaller political parties or indigenous political parties from POK feeling suffocated. So all these have been the primary reasons as to why the people in POK have been feeling a sense of disentanglement. Okay. Now, what has been the response from the people of Pakistan-Occupied Kashmir? The people have called for a long march to put pressure on the government of Pakistan. People from various districts of this region will march together and reach what is called as Muzaffarabad, which is the capital of POK. There they would meet the government's leaders or the government's representatives and submit their demands to them. However, the long march in itself has been mired because the government has tried to stop the people from marching towards Muzaffarabad. All right. This long march has showcased certain aspects of the protest, such as this march has been an example of a very broad mobilization that has been witnessed in POK, where people have been successful in coming together. This also indicates that people have stopped trusting their own government, and it is an indication of the declining legitimacy of the government or the governance which is happening in POK. All right. Interestingly, the elder brother of the current Prime Minister of Pakistan, Shehbaz Sharif, the elder brother is Nawaz Sharif. Nawaz Sharif has claimed that he would request his brother to nominate Nawaz Sharif as the new Prime Minister of POK, because he feels that POK is such an important part of Pakistan and his ancestry is also linked to POK. Hence, he wants to become the new Prime Minister of POK and try to settle the matter there. This is interesting because his own political party, the Pakistan Muslim League N, which is Nawaz, has been alleged to have committed political atrocities in POK. So, a person and his political party who have known to committed atrocities now states that he would wish to go to POK and deliver justice to the people. Okay, so a lot of politics that is happening in Pakistan's mainstream political system as well. Now, why does these protests matter for Pakistan? First of all, POK sits at a very crucial juncture between India and China. Pakistan's economic linkages with China have all been through POK. The loss of POK tomorrow, or even the loss of control over POK tomorrow, could lead to Pakistan being cut off from China's funding as well as investments. In fact, China would also be equally concerned because China would want and wish Pakistan to have absolute control maintained over POK at all times. Because the Gilgit-Baltistan highway that connects China to Pakistan and which is a very important link of the CPEC, China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, passes through this entire region. So, geopolitically, this region is very, very important to Pakistan. Second, this region is also known to be the abode of natural resources. First of all, huge water resources potential, hence hydropower potential for creation of electricity, which Pakistan really is desperate to seek. Also, there have been angles whereby the loss of POK can reduce the investors' trust globally upon Pakistan's handling of its own economy and political matters. So Pakistan is desperate to show to the world that we are capable of handling our own matters. So it is not a cause of concern. So hence economically people should not be concerned. However, internally Pakistan is struggling to maintain its control over the people in the part of POK. Right? So these are the reasons as to why Pakistan is concerned as to whatever is happening in POK. Now coming to the India's response. Pakistan strategically blamed India, saying that India's influence or India's interference in POK is visible, and the reason for the people of POK to put up the protest is also because of some sort of an Indian interference. India individually, even at international platforms such as UNSC, has blatantly refused Pakistan's assertion and allegations. India has maintained that POK is Pakistan's problem. However, POK belongs as an integral territory of the Indian sovereign state. But whatever currently is happening in POK is completely a problem which was created by Pakistan itself. Hence, India has no interest or has no angle in this particular protest that are taking place. All right. In fact, the Defense Minister of India, Sri Rajnath Singh, went ahead and said, if India will discuss any important geopolitical aspect with Pakistan today, it shall only be upon the POK. So India is also signaling an intent that POK is still an integral part of India, and India's discussions will revolve around the POK in the future or in the upcoming dialogues. All right. So India is very clear that POK is an integral part, and we shall not be limiting our discussions with Pakistan on other matters when POK still stands as a very important factor in it. All right. So let us know in the comment section as to what do you think the Pakistan government's response would be in controlling these protests in POK.